All right. Well, it's Friday, and it's been over a week since I returned to YouTube. And honestly, I kind of just want to take this time to sort of just kind of reflect on a couple things and sort of rant to myself. But I was going to actually talk about monetization, given how, games are getting more expensive. We're seeing a lot of monetization schemes. But after last weekend of that massive grind in World of Warships, it became clear that I was not having fun. I know people are going to be going like, well, it's World of Warships, it's not fun. Okay, to be fair, it can be fun, especially with friends. That's a lot of copium in that statement, huh? But, yeah. The one topic that kept running through my mind that I actually really wanted to talk about is, when is a good time to just stop playing live service games, MMOs, online games? And, of course, one of them is the usual suspects are my friends quit and they moved on, or end of service, or you've already reached endgame, there's nothing left to do. But then of course we have these always updating live service games like gacha games, when you do your dailies, you do your weeklies, you have to do your daily logins and your 3 matches, your intercepts, your dispatches for your characters, and rub your character's feet 3 times a week, etc. And I just realized, I think the most troubling thing that I find with games is that a lot of it starts to become a chore. And I think that's when, if you're no longer really having fun and you're just doing it for the sake of your daily grind to get that 100 premium gems, or because these online games, they set these artificial limitations to stop you from progressing. At one point, you can't play this game constantly, all day. You'll drain all your weeklies. You've already finished all the missions that are on the main quest, and there's no more side quests left. And so they have to give you these dailies so that you stay engaged. So you have to do this boss battle 3 times. You have to go raid this dungeon that's available for the week. And then eventually, they stop giving you the benefits because they don't want you to keep grinding and grinding and grinding. And that honestly is kind of annoying. If not annoying, I don't like it when companies and games do that. But I understand why they need to do that, is to prevent. They just want you to spend, after you exhausted all your avenue of earning experience points or currency and materials, where else do you turn to get more materials? The cash shop. So yeah, and when I was playing, so take for example World of Warships. That was a totally different thing too, where they made the grind so bad. So, and here's the thing, I actually played 2 or 3 times a week during that dockyard, standard 2-3 hour sessions. And I barely did a dent. And it became so grindy. And it got to the point where it almost broke me. If you want to know, you probably saw on my YouTube video, one of my YouTube streams, the stream lasted almost 10 hours and I wasn't getting anywhere. I know what some people are going to say, get good, or, you picked the wrong ship, or, that. But here's the thing though, if if I just kept playing the same ship over and over again, I would get freaking bored. I play Jean Bart, Azuma, and Enterprise, as well as ZF6, more times than I can count, and I was like, oh boy. Yeah, and there are moments where you notice that, like, I just want it to end, where I'm just like, all right, YOLO, let's go. just end me. I don't want to stay in this match anymore. But yeah, so I was able to earn the dockyard ship 3.5 hours before it expired. And dockyard is basically just a very, very annoying season pass that you have to go through. Especially if you decide, like, I want that ship, I'm gonna go ahead and put my 20 bucks into it. So what do they do to basically, like, hey, you don't have to keep grinding, I know you're running out of time. Spend some money. Yeah, 2,000 doubloons. What is that, like 10, 15 bucks or something? Yeah, like, I like, at one point, I was like, do I want to spend 60 bucks? Kinda not. Actually, to be honest, like, after the dockyard, I was like, I don't feel like playing this game anymore for the rest of the year. And yeah, and I think this gets to my main point is, the game was such a chore, it becomes, I mean, not chore, yeah, chore, it becomes torture. Yeah, and that's what I'm also feeling with a lot of the online games I've been playing. Nikke is two great things about Nikke: the plot and the plot. Yeah, I know. Go figure. Love me some robot android girls. But also the characters are actually good, and the story is excellent. So honestly, Nikke does hit it out of the park with its storytelling. Even the event stories, like, really go hard, either in the happy-go-lucky or it is a fucking tragedy. Like, it'll get you every time, and I will shed manly pixel robot tears for that. So yeah, so I think, and that's why this last month, especially with June coming in, and as I'm recording this, Summer Game Fest just happened, and I've already been mapping out what I'll be doing in June. And I was like, all right, a lot of games need to be dropped, need to be done. I'm just going to go ahead and just start removing them from my phone, my app, the App Store, and everything. And I decided, like, I can only keep up with a certain amount of online games, because this is not to mention the freaking backlog I have of unfinished games. So it kind of sucks. Like, these online games, their whole point, they're just like social media. Their whole point is to try to get your attention. They want your attention. And they do these little engagement activities to keep you engaged and keep you actively in the game. And then if you miss like a day or two, you're already behind, because, you know, the next gacha banner, or, oh, you didn't get enough special currency before this new event. And it just becomes exhausting. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, as you know, I'm a big retro game player, and from the Super Nintendo and NES days. So yeah, like, you can probably tell how old this robot body is now. I just I don't have time for all that anymore. Yeah, so yeah, I think one of the great places to ask yourself is, one, like, if you're considering quitting a game, if two of these things cross your mind, is this feels like a chore, or you're not having fun. Those are your two big red signs that tell you, take a break, quit the game, uninstall it. There are other games now. Give them a shot. Like Summer Game Fest, so many games were released, not just released, revealed, released, and so many things to look forward to. I mean, just to give you guys like a good heads up of what I'm gonna be dealing with June. So we've got June 11th, Stellar Blade PC release. Super excited for that. I've kept myself mostly out of, you know, spoiler territory. Helldivers new Warbond update the next day. So all my friends are going to be having some fun. We're going to enjoy grinding that Warbond and everything. Next, we have Umusume. Funny enough, it's another gacha game. Now, okay, you know what? Yeah, I've only been waiting for that game for a long time, only because I've had so much fun, and also there's not as many artificial limiters on that one. Overall, actually, no, there is. Yeah, what I'm saying. Okay, so all right, that means some other gacha game on my list has got to go. And actually, let me take a look now. Let's just do this right now. Which gacha game or online game I need to drop? Let's see. Nikkei, Zenless Zero, Girls Frontline 2. Dang, I sent a lot to the freaking, like, Shadow Realm. Alright. Girls Frontline 2. I'm gonna have to drop you June 26th. Goodbye. I'm probably gonna get some hate for that. So, yeah, and then also we have July 1st. We have Mecha Break, which is, you know, another live service game. So, depending on how much of that my attention is going to be taken on that one, another game is going to probably have to bite the bullet. Might be Helldivers because, actually, you know what? No, World of Warships dropped. Great. We're moving on to Mecha Break. There we go. As you can see, I'm already shuffling things in my mind. All right then. Well, that was pretty much my 10-minute rant, I guess, on just how busy games are getting and when is a good time to really drop a game. So, well, if you listened this far, thanks a lot. It was great coming back to YouTube, and to those who subscribe to me, it's been great. Thanks a lot, and I do appreciate your support, and thanks for listening to me. I do appreciate you guys listening to it to the end, so please let me know in the comments below. Is there a game that you did have to quit after a long time, after realizing one of the reasons I specified here today? Was it because it's a chore, or it just really wasn't fun and you're just playing for the sake of playing at that point? Do let me know. Alright then. Well, everyone, have a great weekend. Enjoy the summer. I'll see you all next week with another WarBotNiX Topix. Bye. I'm still on? Yeah, I'm still on. Did I make a... No torture today.